Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Tonight, we're going to be crafting with the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle. This is the design team that I'm a part of, and every month we put together designs from a particular bundle. And this month, it just happened to be the Poinsettia Place. And there's 12 of us now, and we all submit our designs. This just happened to be my design. Hey, KK. This is my design for the design team. And I'm going to make this card, and then I'm going to make one other. If you're a customer of mine, for any amount that you spend, whether it's paper pumpkin or whatever, you receive this Poinsettia Place PDF. Every month you receive the PDF. And if you are a team member, you don't even have to buy anything from me. You get it for free. But this is the other one that we're going to be doing tonight. It's so pretty, and my dear friend Patty designed that one. But everybody did such a good job on the designs. So I'm excited to craft with you guys tonight. Let's see. Let me make sure, because I haven't made Patty's yet. I have only cut everything out, so I'm going to have that close at hand. The other thing I wanted to show you was the Dragonfly Garden stamp set and the punch. It is so cool. Now, I've got to be honest with you, when I first got this paper, and I'll just show you a few pieces of it. When I first got the paper, I was like, I don't know about that. I like dragonflies, but that might just be a little bit too much. I just don't know. This, I'm like, I just don't know. But during our virtual onstage last week, we got to create some projects along with one of the design team members, or one of the, I don't guess she was a design team. She's a staff member. And we did these 3 projects with her. And all of a sudden, I fell in love. I love these dragonflies. These cards were so easy to do, and I just never would have thought of putting these together like this. So I will be doing more like this using this dragonfly, I can't say it, dragonfly bundle, okay? The next thing I wanted to tell you about really quickly is our new mini catalog has come out. If you are a demonstrator and you went to Onstage, then you will be getting one of these very soon. Otherwise, if you're a demonstrator, you can get one in December from the company, or if you request one from me, once I order mine in December, then I will, whoops, I can't open that. Once I get mine, I will send you one. Whoops. That's against the rules. Don't tell anybody. But anyway, and it's going to be Celebration in January, and so I will send you one of the little celebration brochures too. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to make the project that Patty made first. It's so pretty, and I never would have thought of making a poinsettia out of the bumblebee colored flowers, but it turned out so pretty, I just have to. So I'm using soft suede, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And then she used a piece of, I'm not going to tell you the sizes because that's all a part of the benefits of being a customer or a team member, but she used a piece of Very Vanilla, and then a piece of the Poinsettia, let's see, what's the name of it? Pretty Poinsettia? Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper, same name as the stamp set. Then she used another piece of Very Vanilla, which she ran through the Pine Wood Planks embossing folder. And so let's just go ahead and put this together. It's going to be just some layering, and I will go ahead and get this done first. I'm going to go ahead and just glue this onto my designer series paper. How's everybody's day so far? Everybody having a good day? I didn't sleep so well last night, so I'm actually rather looking forward to going to bed tonight. Okay, so this is a little longer. And I went directly by the instructions. This is a little longer than the designer series paper. And the reason why is because it's going to frame the Very Vanilla here, which is smart. It's a nice way to do it. Look at that paper though, isn't that pretty? Poinsettias are such, they just, I don't know, I have such good memories of poinsettias. When I was a kid, every Christmas my mom got poinsettias and she would keep them alive. That's the key word, keep them alive. Key phrase. I'm afraid I probably would not. I'm not so good with indoor plants. So then we're gonna glue this onto our soft suede. I actually do pretty well with succulents because you don't have to water them very often. Okay, just put this on here like this. And then this is the copper foil paper. And I have cut out these little sprigs that are all a part of the Poinsettia Place dies. I don't think that's the name of the dies, but I have cut those out. Let me get my punch real quick. Okay, I'm going to use the Pick a Banner. Can't remember the name of it. I'm going to use this punch. And I'm going to just punch one end of it. I'm going to use the one that is bannered like this. You have one that will give you a point and one that will give you the arrow. And you can see there's different shapes. This will fit 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch. You still need to, though, whenever you place it in, you need to flip it upside down and just guide it to make sure that you've got the same amount on each side, because these little pages or little pieces will move around a little bit and then you'll get a wonky kind of pop out or cut out, okay? All right, so just put that off to the side. And then I'm gonna stamp Warm Wishes from Our Home to Yours in soft suede. Whoops, excuse me. Now this is always a challenge. I'm not getting my white head in the camera and yet still get it straight. Ugh, don't like it. Let's try this again. It's still crooked, doggone it. Okay. All right, I just may have to look at it, get over it a little bit. Pardon my hair if you see it. At least it looks good. I got my hair cut yesterday. Okay, well, I think, let's see. I didn't give myself a whole lot of space here. Let me see if I can fix it. I always like to put the print, I think I can. I like to put the print face up so that I can make sure that I don't actually cut out on the print. If I bring it right along to the edge, I think I can make it work. I did, but I did the wrong one. But you know what? It's okay. I don't mind doing mine a little different. I just have to lay hands on my scissors. I was watching my friend Melissa with her live, and she has the same problem that I have. Whenever you're in the middle of a live, you end up laying things down and you have no idea where you put them. And then you're in the middle of this live and you're just like feeling around and your desk is a mess. I'm a pretty organized person, and yet my stuff will just go flying everywhere. Just trying to keep my hand on things. So anyway, I'm just gonna put this along right here. So it doesn't have the little banner thing. It's got the little point, but that's okay. It's still gonna be gorgeous. All right, so to put my poinsettias together, and I've already cut these out with dies. I used the poinsettia dies to cut these. I'm gonna use my glue dots, which, as you probably know, are my favorite things. So I'm just gonna add a glue dot on the back here. They stick so well. And then I'm just going to bring it along right in here where these are. I'm gonna put petals and make sure that they just kind of cover those gaps up. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my paper pierce mat, and I'm just going to use my bone folder and kind of go along those little creases, you know, the veins where the veins in the flower, the petals. I can't think. There you go. Veins in the petals. You guys might have to help me tonight. Sleep deprivation. Just go along like that. and just kind of make an indentation. I should have done that before I actually put them together. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. It just makes it look a little bit more lifelike. So we'll do it like that. Okay, and then I will add a glue dot. Let's see, these are the ones. I have 2 packages open right now, and one is the correct way where they're on here, and one is like this, so I have to pay attention. Whoops. Come on, get off of there. I'm gonna put one more because this is a little bit larger. There we go. And then I'm just going to, again, line these petals up where they're in between the gaps of the other petals. Like that, okay? Then I'm gonna put this on using dimensionals, and I'm gonna use the larger ones. I'm gonna use 2 of them because it's a pretty large flower. And then I'm going to place some dimensionals on the back of, before I do that, let me crease these as well. See if you can see that. Here we go. I'm only using 3, and these are in the garden green. Patty did such a beautiful job in, whoops, I did that one upside down. In designing this, it's so pretty. So I'll add some dimensionals on the back of these green leaves. Let's see, I think I want that to go on the, near the flower, nearest the flower. Okay. It's been kind of gloomy and rainy here the last few days. Although the sun would peek out here and there. But it's been so humid here in Georgia. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. If I had curly hair, my hair would really be curling. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna do a large one here, right up under there. And then I'm gonna offset a smaller one. It's kind of like arranging flowers, really. And then I'm gonna put another one right up under here. I actually really enjoy arranging flowers. I used to work, I think I've told you guys this before, but I used to work with a friend in St. Louis in her flower shop. And it was so fun. She taught me a lot about arranging silk and live flowers. Super, super fun. All right, so then I'm gonna take one of these little copper foil. Looks like some of the plastic on the foil stayed in there. So I'm gonna take one of these copper foil twigs, I guess. Place it right in there. I'm gonna take the other one and trim it down a little bit. Add a glue dot. Hey, Dorothy. Hey, Suzanne. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I mentioned earlier, but just so you know, I'm a part of a design team. This is actually not my design, but I will be doing my design. This is a design my friend Patty came up with. These copper foil pieces are just so pretty though. Okay, and then I have a little centerpiece, little nose piece that's gonna go right in there, okay? And you know what, I probably should have put the ribbon across here. I think that's what she did, but I didn't. It's okay. It is okay. So we're just gonna put that right in there. And that glue looks white right now, but it will dry clear. All right, I will take a piece of the metallic ribbon. Now it looks like, I have not made this one, but it looks like she actually wrapped it around this piece here before she applied it. And I did not, so sorry. But it's okay if mine isn't exactly like hers. It's still gonna be very, very pretty. This metallic ribbon is so pretty. And it actually is really easy to make a bow with. Okay, I just did the little, it's a faux bow, you know, where you do the bunny ear and the bunny ear and then you pull it together. It actually matches my nail polish too. Thank you, Color Street. Okay, let's get that in there. That's a little crooked. Ah, okay. That's not the bow's fault. That's my fault. I got it just a wee bit crooked. Okay. Then I'm going to put it on a glue dot. Right in here. I'm going to kind of squeeze that glue dot together so it doesn't stick on everything. And then I'm just going to put it right in here. Like this. And I think I'm going to leave the tails a little long, and I think I may secure them down a little bit with glue dots. Since I didn't go all the way across, I kind of want there to be a little bit of that there. So let's trim that just a little bit, but I am going to secure that down. Just so it kind of takes up a little bit of that space in there. So I'll use my take your pick tool, and I'll just kind of squeeze it together, and I'm going to stick it right up under there so that you can't see it, but that it will stay in place and it will look like there's plenty of that ribbon going across it. Okay. It's a pretty card though. She did such a good job designing it. I love the bumblebee color with that. It's so, so pretty. And that paper with the pine cones is just gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more card tonight. Hey, Sandra. Yeah, that bumblebee is just gorgeous. I might have gotten that little poinsettia a little wonky there, but it's okay, it's okay. All right, so I'm going to do the card that I designed now. And I'm using thick Whisper white cardstock. It's, again, 5.5 by 8.5. Scored 4 1/4. Now, one of the things I'm going to do before I get too deep into this is I'm going to do a little prep work. I've already cut these out using Very Vanilla. And this is crumb cake, and these are Old Olive. I'm going to use some of the champagne mist, and I'm just going to spritz them. Whew, I really spritzed it, didn't it? Okay. There we go. I'm going to let that dry while I put everything else together. I really wanted that to have a glittery sheen to it. Okay, hold on. There we go. Now it's going to glitter for sure. I'm going to glitter too, I think. Okay, now we'll go ahead and put the rest of this together. Hey, Rhonda. Okay, now normally I cut out a shape or something out of the middle of this just to kind of save, but I didn't this time just for time's sake. I was a little bit pressed for time today. So I'm using Old Olive that I'm going to put on top of this. This is the brushed metallic brass, I think, brass metallic paper. And I just want it peeking out just a little bit, like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my cardstock. Getting a little bit low on my glue. I am glittery though. But what would crafting be without a little bit of glitter, right? Okay, again, if you are a customer of mine or if you are one of my team members, then you get the PDF for this for free. So I can't give you the sizes. You may be able to figure it out, but anyway, I am using the Poinsettia Place. That would even, well, that wouldn't be pretty with that, but you could flip it around and do it, and it would be really, really pretty. This paper is just so lovely. But look at the color and the design in that. It's so pretty, so subtle. Just gonna meet that up right here. Whoops. I'm gonna have to overlap it actually. I wanted to make sure that I was able to have all of my margins the same. Thank you, Tombow, that I can scooch it a little bit. And then this is a piece of the same Designer Series paper that I just cut a little piece of it. And I like to cover my seams, even though not much of my seams are going to be showing. Okay? I love that little wood look with it, though. It's so pretty. Okay, again, now these are dried now, but see the shine and the sheen with it? It just makes it so pretty. So I'm going to use the glue dots. Again, I am like a glue dot queen. Love me some glue dots. And I'll just put it together like this. I'm going to put some more on there. I'll be glad when I'm finished with this round of glue dots because it's so weird picking them off of this instead of the roll. It just doesn't feel right. Okay, and then I'm going to, this little bitty tiny one, I'm going to add a glue dot to it and stick it right there in the center. Again, I'm still trying to like go in between so that you've got all these different layers and things happening. And then I'm going to place dimensionals on the back of it. Now, for mine, I used a lot of the leaves because I just really wanted it to be full. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this on, and I put it right about the center of this piece of wood grain. And then I am gonna continue, oh, hold on. I gotta crease my leaves. I didn't crease them. I don't think I creased my flower either, oops. Let me get that off my finger. Okay. I should have. Somebody should have said something. I'm just rocking along with all my glitter. Okay. Alrighty. So now we'll go ahead and put our little dimensionals on the back. If you're not a demonstrator, if you're a customer and you would like to purchase the Poinsettia Place items, you can go to my website, which is mypaperconnection.com, or you can go to stampingup.com and look for me as the demonstrator and just put in the host code. I have a special going on this month that for every $50 that you spend, you're going to get the most wonderful gems. Not most wonderful, although they are most wonderful. They are wonderful gems. But they are most wonderful. Do I use a lot of shimmer paint in my alcohol to obtain? Yeah, I actually put about 4 or 5 drops. Let's see, where is it? I filled this up about, now it looks like there's a whole lot. And there probably is at this point. I may have not shaken it enough over time. But I ended up putting alcohol up to about here, and then I put probably, I don't know, 6 drops of the shimmer mist. And it's one of my favorites. I was so glad that it stayed in the catalog. Or at least 2 of them did. There we go. I might have got a little happy with that one because it feels a little bit damp yet. Okay, I still have these that I cut out of the gold, and I'm going to put glue dots on them and stick them behind. Let me go ahead and trim these off. Okay. If I put everything back exactly where I picked it up at, I probably wouldn't keep losing things. I don't know about you guys, but it's a real struggle keeping my hands on things whenever I'm doing this. And I'm pretty organized, actually. Okay. You just get in the moment and you get all excited. Okay, these are so pretty. They remind me so much of jewelry that my grandmother had, which I have all her, I used to call it jewelry. I would say, Granny, can I play with your jewelry? And when she passed, I ended up getting all of her beautiful costume jewelry. It's so pretty. And she had some jewelry very similar to that. Doesn't that just finish that poinsettia off so beautifully? Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of embossing. So I'm going to set this off to the side so I don't make a mess of it, but I'm going to bring in my Versamark and my sentiment, which is Merry Christmas. And if you look at the stamp set, it's kind of deceiving because it has Merry Christmas right here. And it looks like it's just a tiny little sentiment, but look how big it is. It's gorgeous. It's so, so pretty. So I'm just going to ink it up using my Versamark. And then I am going to use my embossing buddy just to kind of make sure that I don't have static. Unfortunately, you can't get these in the catalog anymore, but I bet you could find something similar on Amazon. And then I'm just going to go ahead and hopefully stamp it straight. I can't tell you how many videos I've edited and my white hair would be sticking out. I just try to just cut that out or go fast forward through it so you can't see it. But at least I do my hair every day, so I at least brush it and fix it. Okay, so I like to use a coffee filter whenever I'm doing embossing. Oh, and that's why right there. There was something sticky on it and it stuck to my hand. So yeah, I just pour it all over it like that and then just kind of tap it. I'm making a mess. Just tap it a little bit like that. I'm gonna put a little bit more there on that M because I may have tapped a little bit too much. Okay, now I use these coffee filters because then it's super easy just to be able to just pour it right back into the little pot. I probably should get some of those containers like my friend Sandra has that she got from Dollar Tree. I just haven't yet. I don't emboss a lot, if I'm being honest, so I just haven't. Okay, let me wipe my hands off real quick because they are sticky from whatever was on that little pot. Okay. Alrighty, and I'm going to get my reverse tweezers because let me tell you, this can get hot. And these are what I was trying to find last week. I couldn't lay my hands on them. They are so cool. You just open them and then they open up that way. And then you don't even have to worry. It just holds it. And I'm going to use my heat gun and just kind of fire it up for a second. Now I normally fast forward through this part on my videos, but I can't do it when I'm doing a live. But you'll be able to see the magic of embossing. Hopefully. There you go. I use the clear embossing paste. I'm sorry it's so loud, but look how pretty that is. A lot of times I'll go back on the back side of it too, just to make sure it's done really nicely. You don't want to overdo it because you don't want to burn it and cause it to melt too much. But you also don't want to underdo it because if you touch it, then it'll come off still. Okay. Isn't that cool? It's so pretty. And it's raised and it's already dry. I still have the embossing powder everywhere. But it's already dry, so it's not going to come off. Okay? And then I'm just going to pop that up on dimensionals. What did we ever do without dimensionals? Okay. And we're just going to put it right in here. I may have to tweak the movement of those little leaves a little bit. I'm going to have to move them a little bit. That's okay, I can do that. Another little trick is that you can, well, that came off, so that's perfect. But I'm not going to do it because it sounds gross, but you can, if you put something on with a dimensional and you need to move it, you can blow your breath up under it and it will help the dimensional to release so that you can actually pick it up. There we go. That works. That's better. And that way you can actually see, even though it's crooked, I can pick it up and move it just a little bit. There. And then the last thing that I will do, well, I am going to do the inside of it, but I'm going to top it off with the wonderful gems. Not most wonderful, although they are, but they are wonderful gems. These are the ones that if you spend $50 or make a purchase of $50, then you get them for free. And they come in I think it's cherry cobbler and then these clear ones. And they're so pretty with the gold accents on them. It's just so lovely. Now, I could emboss the inside. I'm not going to right now for time's sake. I'm just going to use old olive. And I think because of the brass color and then the crumb cake, it's going to work. It's going to work really well. So let me grab a piece of Very Vanilla out of my stash over here. And I'm just going to stamp May magic and wonder bloom this holiday. I could probably use old olive too. And I may not even actually end up putting this, ooh, it needs to be re-inked. I'm not gonna put this into my card. What I'll end up doing is embossing in gold and putting it on the inside. But you can see how pretty that is. I didn't even have to do that on the inside, I guess, on one of these. But look at the font, isn't that pretty? What I'll do is do that in gold, but I don't want to do that for time's sake now, but it turned out to be such a pretty card. I was so pleased with it. And I don't know if you can see the sparkle on it, but it's just so fun. And it makes the poinsettias look like velvet. It's just beautiful. Okay, that's it for tonight. Do you guys have any questions? I'd love to answer any that you might have. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, I think it just turned out so pretty. And again, if you guys want, if you don't have a demonstrator or if you're not a demonstrator and you would like to have one of the catalogs, please let me know. I will be getting those in the 1st of December, and I will get them out to you. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a great night. Bye.